One day after a Western North Carolina jury acquitted a Carter County deputy accused of murder, tonight he's talking to News Channel 11. Deputy Josh Hopkins worked in Ashe County, North Carolina at the time of a fatal shooting in 2015. New at 6, he told Josh Smith his side of the story.
Sarah, Joshua Hopkins is known as Hoppy to his friends and to cable TV viewers of the show Southern Justice, which featured him and the Ashe County Sheriff's Office. This afternoon, he told me he wants to be known as an innocent man, rebuilding his life after he says he became a victim of the criminal justice system.
I was very happy to hear not guilty, but I expected to be not guilty because I didn't do anything wrong.
Joshua Hopkins, fresh from a not guilty verdict, a jury acquitting him of murder in the officer-involved shooting death in 2015, which happened after he and his department were featured in a cable TV show called Southern Justice, a show in which Hopkins became a fan favorite. Is this over for you?
It's over as far as getting up every morning with the possibility of life in prison hanging over my head. There's no words to describe what that feels like every morning for over a year and a half.
Hopkins says he lived 539 days without a paycheck or health insurance while on suspension from the Carter County Sheriff's Office as the case moved to trial, a process he says has nearly ruined him financially. Do you feel you were the victim of the criminal justice system?
I am 100% a victim of it. I don't have a problem saying that.
So are you saying you fired your weapon because you had no other choice?
If I would not have fired my weapon that night, I would not be sitting here. Every officer I know prays every day to not have to use deadly force. It's a terrible, hard thing to do. It at times is necessary. And I just want the public to know that officers are not out here unjustifiably having to use their firearm. It's just not the case.
Hopkins says despite what's happened, he knows what he wants to do next.
I want to go back to law enforcement, but I also want to spend some time helping others that are going through something similar.
I reached out to the district attorney in North Carolina who prosecuted the case after Hopkins told me today that he felt he was unfairly targeted. District Attorney Gary Frank told me, quote, "I totally discount any contention that he was prosecuted unfairly." Frank said we felt the video evidence was compelling. He said it was purely based on the evidence that we moved forward, and I would certainly dispute any contention that he was unfairly targeted. End of quote.